Good afternoon, everyone. I will show you how to get onto the ethics system and how to apply for ethics for your research. So if you go into the UP portal, you go to My UP login, where you can add your username. So once you are on the UP start, you will be on the student portal. Then you will see there's a research grants and ethics tile. Can you all see that? I don't know if it's got that. So there's research grants and ethics. We see a tile. Will take you into the campus system. And then you have this ethics application at the approval file. Okay, when you come into the ethics work center, you will first find your like info page. So they tell you how to add a new ethics application, how to post a comment, how to cancel your application, how do you upload documents, how to retrieve a previous application, and also where to go to add the post approval. But we will go through that in more detail now. Then on the left-hand side, we saw menu structure. So there's a who to contact page, and that's the same as what I'll show you just now, who to contact. Your ethic administrators for NAS is also there. There's the human applicants is Tracy, animals is Prof. Christine Maris-Unified, for data application, biohazards, explanation lab. These all your ethic administrators' email addresses. So you can just go on this who to contact page and you know who you can contact. Then there is an external person link or external person menu. If you don't have external persons, sorry, someone from this that is in your team, research team, you have to add all your external people on this link first before you go into your application. So you can just click on the add button and then you can complete all the fields. All the fields you just install is your mandatory fields. You don't have to complete the rest of the fields. It's usually a name, surname, telephone number, email address, code company. Okay, if you want to apply for ethics, you will go into pre-approval submissions. And you click on the add button. Then you have two choices. If you do it for yourself, you click on myself, or if you want to do it on behalf of someone, I don't think you will, but then you can click on behalf of someone and it will ask you the info ID of the person you want to do it for. But if you click on myself, it will bring in your info ID and your name, your phone number. And this email address is very important because all the correspondence from the system will go to this email address. So if you have it wrong, you won't find anything. And also your approval letter will go to this email address. So this is very important to make sure your email address is correct. Your position will be UP student. And the research for is for which degree you are doing your research for. So doctoral. Your home faculty will be NAS. That is the faculty where you resides in. And then you can also choose your department. With it to degree, choose another faculty. Okay, then the application type is what we spoke about. If you're using animals, there will always be an animal application. If you're using humans as research participants. It will be a human participant application. Sometimes you want more than one of these types. So you can do research in the lab and you can use humans. So it will always then be a human application. And each of these types represent a section in your form. So if you have more than one, so say you're using animals and humans and labs, you choose the main type will be human, a human application. But in your form, you will also complete the lab section and the animal section. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you have more than one type. You choose your main type here, and in the rest, you will just complete all your applications. And choose that also makes also be that here's will show. Yes. All the fields will all show. You can choose what you want to complete and whatnot. But we will go through that in a moment. But if you use humans, will always be a human application, although you are doing experimental labs as well. Okay, so it will be humans. I'm just going to go to my test environment. I don't want to work in production. Right. Bam, bam. Okay, if everything is complete, you can click on the open and just I will show you with this little help screen. So if you open the help screen, it explains to you what that field or that section is about. For this instance, if you are using, if you like Prof side, if you have humans, but you also need health science approval, doesn't matter. We only have one form and you submit. The system will know that you need health science approval, so it will automatically route to the health science department after NAS approves your application. So you don't need to also apply for the health science approval. So this is done all automatically. Then you click on open form. Just ask if you want to submit an ethics application. You say yes. And this is your application. There's a project title, short description. I'm not going through all the fields. You can go through all the fields. It's quite a long application. But what I want to show you is your three icons on the right-hand side. The first icon is the application form. The second icon is the comments page. So if you struggle with something, you can add a comment and it will email the comment to your supervisor and to the ethics administrator so they can help you. And usually if the committee gives you feedback, they will also post it here. So the history will be on this page. You can look at the history of the comments. And if the committee come back with questions or if you want to change the application form, you can change the application form, but also you can just write them a comment and answer all the questions on the comment page. Okay. If you don't need to change the applications. And then the documents tab is where you will add your documents for this application. The suggested documents, we build it up as you complete your form. That I will show you just in a minute. For now, you have to upload your research proposal. So you can click on the Add Docs icon. You can give a name that you add, and you can get it from your PC or your laptop. If there's a document that you don't feel it's applicable to you, you can click on the omission reason icon. It will open up a reason field. Then you can just give us a reason why you don't want to upload the document, why you feel it's not necessary for you to upload it. Okay, if you go back to the application, so there's a few fields you need to complete: answer objectives, materials and methods, your date and time. Please remember your start date must be a month from today. So you can't add a new application date for today or tomorrow. It must be a month from today. So it will be the 7th of March will be your start date or after that. Your settings is where the research will be conducted. So if you choose like a hospital or a mental institution, you can add the name of the hospital. And if I go to the documents icon, it will ask you for a hospital permission letter. So that is how we build up the list of documents we need from you. Okay, then your research team, you are usually the principal investigator. I know for NAS, they want your supervisor to be the principal investigator, that you can list yourself as student. So to add yourself or to add your supervisor, just click on the plus sign. It will open up and then you can choose your supervisor. And please make sure that your supervisor's EMPL ID is correct. If you don't know, rather ask him. There is a lookup, but it's better to ask him because there's usually more than one person with the same name, the same surname. So make sure that because your supervisor is the first person to approve your application. So if the EMPL ID is incorrect, you will receive a mail, but you won't be able to approve your application because the application is linked to the EMPL ID. And if you add the application here, a research member here, it will complete that field, and it will also put that person in section 9 for you to give them the rights. So that's usually the rights for dissertation, conference, journal, non-scientific material, authorship, or not applicable. So you can give them the rights in section 1. You have to list all your research team members in section 8. If you have funders if there's funders, you can click on the yes. And then it will open up the section for funders. And then you can just complete that section. If you don't have funders, you say no. And that is how the whole application, the whole form is working. So you can say yes if you have funders, or no if you don't want to complete that section. And for the people as participants, you have a group name, doesn't matter what it is, your sample size, and this is your participants. You can choose from a list of participants. And if you use students, if you have a questionnaire for students or staff, you must please indicate that you're using students and staff. And you must also tell us in which department or which faculty they are situated. And then there's a few other fields that you can just go through. I'm not going to going through those. There's your experimental lab section. So if you say yes, I'm going to do experimental labs, you say yes, in the section will open up. This is the principal the declaration for storage. You can just complete that. There's your data information. The secondary data, if you say yes, I do have secondary data, then you say yes, and then it will ask you a few questions that you just need to answer. And there's your animal section. The animal section is huge, so if you're using animals, you have to complete a few fields. That is all for animals. There's GMOs and your references. At the bottom, the declarations, you need to complete the declarations. And remember that only the PI can complete this application set or can complete the declarations. So if your supervisor is the PI of the study, you can complete everything except for the declarations. So the PI needs to do the declaration, complete the declaration section. And then we have the POPI Act. You can view the POPI Act. And this section 31 is the health-related section. So if you're using humans and you don't draw blood, or that is at for health implication, then you have to say yes in this section 31. And then the system will know that after NAS approves your application, it will automatically be sent to Health Sciences for approval. Yeah, that is the whole form. If on the right-hand side, there's a print button. So if you complete your own application, you can print it or download it. And there's also a save button. If you're done with your application, you can go to the submit for approval. It will go through your application and highlight a few errors. So if you didn't complete some complete fields, it will tell you to complete the field. Or if all your documents was not uploaded, it will also tell you go and upload your documents. So as you can see, there's now a whole list of suggested documents we ask from you guys. It is because you choose mental hospital, you choose your you go to USGP students, and you also need then a registered permission letter. The registrar permission letter, it will send a mail to the registrar's office and tell them this application needs approval, but you must also contact them to get the form from them, a letter from them. The Deputy Dean letter, this is also part of the approval process, and you don't need to contact the Deputy Dean for this application. You will only need Deputy Dean approval if you use GP students or GP staff as research participants. So if they do need a Deputy Dean permission letter, but the system will automatically route to the Deputy Dean and he will give his approval, and that letter will be added to your documents list. So you don't need to contact anyone. This is all automatic. And I also say you're using animals, and that is all the animals documents that you need to upload. And like I say, if you feel you're not going to use endangered species, you can click on the omission reason and just type the reason, say, I'm not going to use that, so I'm not going to upload that document. And if everything is completed and you're happy, and you will see if you add something or you upload something, it will give you like a green tick mark and say that document is complete. So if everything is green, then it will allow you to submit this application. If it's not, if there's still a red dot, then it won't allow you to submit. Okay, that is your initial application. So I'm going to go. What will happen is after you submit, your supervisor will receive the application and he will also approve, and then the HOD at the deputy if needed, if you see your students and stuff, and it will go to the committee, and then you will be your approval letter from the chair. And after that, it will automatically send to the other faculties if it's needed. But you don't have to worry about it. You will see. You will receive a mail telling you that it is sent to Health Sciences, and you will receive your NAS approval letter, and later on you will receive health approval letter. This is the initial application. After you receive your approval letter, then you can do if there's something changed and you want to do amendments, you will go to post-approval submission. Like you will add your application number. And at the bottom, you will see there's an add new post submission to ethics committee. So if you click on that, okay, then you can see these three options: amendment, the annual renewal, or a research complete. It's only Health Sciences. If you receive Health Science approval, you need to do a annual renewal every year, and also if your study is complete, you have to do a research complete post-approval. That's only if you receive Health Science approval or Animal Ethics approval. For NAS, you don't need to do that. Only if something changed, if you want to do an amendment, you can click on the amendment. And then it will just open up 3 fields that you need to complete, and you can upload documents and submit. So this will also go through the ethics committee for approval, and that is the post-approvals. And then quickly, if you received conditional approval, something is wrong. You still need to get a letter from someone, or there's something wrong. You only get conditional approval. You can also always go to this docs conditional approval. You can choose your application. You will see your approval letter, and you can add your relevant documents and submit, and the ethics committee will receive it and give full approval if they are happy with your application. And if you're done with your research, you go to still busy or on a completed study, and you can just add your research complete after the completion of your research. You don't have to complete the post-approval. You can only come here and click, and then you're done. This doesn't need committee approval.